Adam is a doctor at a prestigious hospital. He loves helping people, and he extends a helping hand to anyone who needs it, not expecting anything in return. If the patient is poor, he will not let them pay. If a neighbor requires assistance, Adam will gladly offer a hand. He is always willing to give his services for free, any time of the day and anywhere they need them. The staff at the hospital love him, and so do his patients. He gives candies to his young patients and food, and treats to the older ones. Adam also checks on his patients to make sure they are comfortable and well. Everyone likes him. Dr. Adam even volunteers at the shelter and feeds the homeless some good food. All the expenses come out of his pocket. Everything he purchases comes at his own expense. But even with his cheerful personality and carefree facade, Adam is lonely. He lives alone in his big house in a suburb. And every day, after his shift at the hospital and time at the shelter, he goes home to an empty house. He does not have any family members who live nearby, or even a girlfriend or wife to take care of him when he's sick or lonely. Adam has not felt well recently. His head constantly aches, and his body pain worsens day by day. One day, he woke up feeling nauseous and had no strength to get out of bed. He was not able to get out of bed for days. He wanted to take some medicine, but he ran out of supply. He can't call anybody because his phone is in the car. Without medicine, Adam can feel his body weaken. His patients hadn't seen him for 3 days now and wondered where he was. The shelter volunteers were worried. Even his neighbors wondered what had happened to their favorite doctor. Some shelter volunteers showed up at Adam's house with soup and gifts one day. They kept on ringing his doorbell, but nobody answered the door. They tried opening the door, and the door was unlocked, to their surprise. They went inside to see the excellent doctor, lying on his couch with a very high fever. They called for an ambulance, immediately taking Adam to the hospital. He could have died if he had been left alone for a few more hours. Word spread fast, and soon, people already knew about the doctor's near-death experience. Adam was lying on his bed, watching the view from his window, thinking about how he'd grow old alone. He's wondering if this will happen again next time. Will someone still come and save him? He hated living alone, and he had no time to find love. When the door opened, he was in deep thought, and several people came in. The volunteers from the shelter are visiting him, his neighbors, and his patients. All of them are bringing gifts and get-well cards for the doctor. They stayed there with him all afternoon, talking about how much they missed him at work and telling stories about how much they believed in him as an example of how we should all be more helpful to each other. Adam's eyes teared up, and he could not believe the love and respect he felt from the people around him. He thought he was alone and nobody cared for him. But he was wrong. The people he cared for, helped, and inspired have come together to make him feel loved and not alone. He is forever grateful for the helping hand he received when he was the one in need. This gesture made him more determined to help others and inspired them to help others without asking for anything. We have a lot of opportunities to help others who are in need. We should help with our hearts and expect nothing in return. If the time comes that we'll be the ones in need of help, people will pay your kindness forward. The respect and love we'll receive from those we have helped will pay more than enough for our good deeds.